addiction, and she's able to stand up for other people and just let everyone know that if she could do it too, you could do it. If you are just joining us, we are back in the studio with our guest, and as you've been seeing running on your screens, Ezra Chiloba has resigned. That is news that you can catch up on the 9 p.m. bulletin on a Friday briefing. But right now, let's get right back into our conversation right now. So NACADA has been given the mandate to deal with issues when it comes to substance abuse. Do you think that the government needs to sober up, so to speak? It's all for all of you.
I don't feel NACADA, and I think, according to me, myself, and according to the youth that I represent there, I can't feel NACADA. And the only people that we filled was Mutudo, when Mutudo was working. But NACADA, I only know that there's NACADA, there was Jaguar who was in NACADA. And so if you go back to the ground and you talk to the young people that are there and ask them, you know, when you feel something is, you know these people, you know where you can go when you need assistance immediately. There are people that they have a lot of depression, and that's why they get into these drugs, and that's why they drink. That's why some of them use the injection. But they want to move out of that, but they don't know where they can go to. They don't know where even the offices or the information that NACADA has. I will talk on behalf, not only in Nairobi where people are in urban areas where they can Google, what about in the villages, what about in the slums that they only take those drugs and survive with cheap, like...
Yeah, because addiction is everywhere.
Yes.
It's not just in urban centers.
Yes.
Even in the ghettos, in whatever society, there's a drink for every class. There's the expensive one and there's the cheap one. And what he's saying is a bit true. Okay, maybe you have to get to the committee for NACADA and everything so that they can tell you the steps they have done and everything. But they should get to the ground. We see it in public with the people we mingle with. You see the changes and everything. Because like he said, when Mutudo was in effect, there was even like the peers could say, Kunaila Mutudo, there's the drinking time and there's this and there's this. And personally, I've talked with Jaguar even when he was in NACADA. So it's a hassle. It's not an easy step, but I think they are in the process of making it work. What I suggest is like when they had the campaign, when like there was the campaign for the youth in abstinence, the Tumechil concept, it worked. So they should also come, maybe they use entertainers to say like we can have fun in a sober environment, because through my research, there are entertainers who are very big, guys like Akon, they don't drink. He even says in his songs, he doesn't drink, he doesn't abuse drugs. 50 Cent is one big artist, he doesn't drink, he's a sober individual.
Beyonce, you can add Beyonce to the list.
I don't add to the left.
Beyonce does not drink, people.
Okay, I don't know about his husband. Yeah, but you see, they're respectable individuals, and they have put aside the things that they don't prioritize. Because you can have fun, but you can't have fun, and that fun dictates your world to be upside down.
Sure. Yeah. All right, can we get your opinion, Kibet, on that?
Well, for me, I think, yes, I think the government, okay, like for NACADA, in my experience, they really don't appeal to the youth. But I think that's where other stakeholders, like us, for example, I think that's where we step in. And, you know, I also just want to answer the question that you asked about this feeling like a losing, like a battle that we are going to lose. I think I beg to differ, because myself, the way I know myself, the me before rehab, the me during the days of addiction, I never saw myself as someone who would even sit here talking about, you know, saying no to drugs. So I think it's just a matter of bringing the right stakeholders on board. And that's one thing for me which I always pray about, that God can lead us to strategic stakeholders. Because I gave you an example, like diving into the corporate world, having maybe a music collaboration, you know. I think that's something that can be a really positive change agent, you know. And I'm also thinking of universities. Like, let's say, for example, I'm a student at Daystar. And in my time in Daystar, because I've just finished my diploma in communication, for those 2 years, I've really engaged with so many young people who have believed in this thing. In fact, the lady who called me up for this show, she's my former colleague at Daystar. And these are people who, just out of the little things I was doing in school, just wearing branded T-shirts, branded shirts, they were able to be impacted. And also, you know, we are looking into so many other things. I have a friend who is now in GSU. We also want to do a collaboration with some of these officers. So if we bring all these people, and even secular universities, I have a very close friend, her name is Michelle. She just graduated from USIU, and she completed 4 years without ever indulging in drugs, you know, in alcohol. So we believe even if we go to secular universities, we can really change the mentality of youth. We believe it's possible.
All right, thank you so much. This has been such a wonderful and a fantastic conversation. I know there's something you want to say, but we have to roll out the program unfortunately, but it has been a very enlightening conversation, and I hope you picked up a thing or two about alcohol addiction. I have, of course, been your hostess with the Moses Chandiwe Yego. Remember to follow us at KCN News and follow me on @_Chandiwe. Have a fantastic night, and I'll see you same time, same place next Friday.